All right, let's see here. Bada bang, bada boom. All right, I should be coming through. Let me know if camera I'm trying to figure out. Let me know if the audio is not coming through. I've been having some issues with it linking to CarPlay, so just let me know if anyone's having trouble hearing me. But otherwise, let's get started. I kind of wanted to wait. This is the trouble with time zones. Coordinating things can be last minute, can be very difficult. We can replay it later. I just wanted to, really give a shout out, or we can come back to that part, I guess. I wanted to discuss. Okay, cool. A few things with the community, just get feedback on it. Not only from admins, but from everyone, and just kind of see what the general reception is. This project since day one has been about transparency, and you guys that have been here, you know how it kind of originated. And in the Telegram group, my proposition to anybody was always the same. If you have something, post it in here for everyone to see, and we'll come to a decision about it. And I think that's a big reason for the success that we've had. We've genuinely got the best people in the best places possible, and it shows. And the way that, all right, hey guys, and so the way that we really kind of formed this was, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what we're building here, and let's assess it. I think the product market fit is certainly there. Okay, great. And at that point, people started to see the vision, and everyone. I wanted to give a shout out to the team, and that's what this is intended to be. Everybody really coalesced and did incredible things. It's blown my mind what we've accomplished in the last 48 hours. Hey man, it really is. I don't know what the records are, and I haven't watched Pump Fun in the past or anything like that. You guys know I've never launched a coin, never wanted to launch a coin, never had a reason to launch a coin. But from what I've seen in the past and what I'm aware of, we had to have broken some records. I mean, we were king of the hill in a day on Pump Fun, seeded within 24 hours. AI agents are going to be huge, and they're going to be huge because of the things that I've discussed in the videos. But the main aspect of it that is promising to me as a creative and as somebody that rides with a guitar in his car, and is passionate about these things, is that it lets us retain pieces of humanity. Like I said in a video, it lets us retain our humanity and still have access to the proficiency of an AI. So in other words, I may not have all the ability in the world to play guitar. I may know what I want to hear, but I'm not quite there yet. So what if I could shape an entity, create an Eddie Van Halen out of nothing that would play for me and would ultimately form around my vision, but with the ability to put his fingers where they need to be to make the sounds come to fruition. So that's kind of how the concept started. And what's great about AI agents is they're siloed from all of the masses of data that are encumbering all the current AIs. So ChatGPT, it has to index through all of the data since the history of the internet to determine what is best suited for a response. So if I say, hey, I want a chord progression in 1-4-5 in C major, it's going to give me a stock standard average of all the things that have come before for the last 4 years. So it's going to be a very sterile, and it's going to be something that I really can't claim as an artist to have had much impact on. And so with these AI agents, essentially they evolve based on community involvement from token holders. So the reason that I felt comfortable finally launching a token, why I never have done that, because from what I've seen is all the tokens thus far have been, this 13-year-old kid just running off in the distance. And that's I've worked very hard to build the reputation that I have and have the successes that I've had. And to me, there's nothing that I would ever compromise that for. So for the first time, I saw that there was actually a product market fit and a reason for a cryptocurrency to exist. We've got governance tokens, we've got Bitcoin, which the Raider bot is kind of, I think, sending us to the back. But we've got Bitcoin, and these things need to exist. Bitcoin is our chance at freedom and separating state from money. Those things need to exist. But a lot of the tokens I see, like to give you voting rights and stuff like that, seemed like more of an excuse to launch a token and just raise money. But what was unique about the AI agents, and what really I'm excited about, is the fact that you can influence and distribute resources to the AI agents based off of the token holders. Further, the token holders can not only influence it to whatever degree, they can also delegate tokens, so that if they have somebody that they know is active in the music community and they have faith in, great man, I'm glad, and they have faith in someone else's ability to innovate, they can delegate their tokens to this person, and thusly they'll create the music that will be valuable. And by doing so, everything is hashed and time stamped on the blockchain. So I talked about this to some guys, but way back in the day when I was a kid, in order to copyright music and have proof of origin or provenance, these are what these terms mean. In order to do that in the music business, what's up, brother? You would have to mail a cassette tape to yourself, and that would be your proof that you created this piece of music before somebody else. So if they came along and said, no, I wrote that, if they didn't have proof of a cassette being received at a certain date, then they would lose all their rights to the music. That inherently, obviously, is problematic. And so what's great about a blockchain is, as we evolve the AI agent, not only are we evolving it, we're also able to gauge people's participation based off of either direct voting or delegating voting. And that will help to shape the AI. And every time that it creates a production, that's going to be time-stamped, hashed, and put on the blockchain. So we're not going to be encumbered with massive data storage or anything like that, because everything is already being indexed on the blockchain. And then the AI agents platform is already infrastructure that's in place, that's being scaled with a number of different L2s, such as Bayes, or in Solana's case, so as an L1. So what's great is we have the opportunity to do that. And then not only does it give proof of ownership and proof of creation, it makes it very easy to distribute the royalties that are created as a result of the production directly to the token holders based off of a amount of tokenage that they hold. So the royalty rights, that's a great component of it. But more than anything, and you guys see this, the AI agents are huge. I mean, if you haven't seen this, go on Twitter, go on crypto Twitter and scroll for 5 minutes, and all you're going to see is AI agents, AI XBT, Luna, virtuals, all of these different attempts at AI agents are absolutely, blowing up all over the place. And so what I think that we're uniquely positioned to do, and what I've been getting a lot of feedback from people that are very prominent investors and people that have been involved more in traditional side equity investing, but what we would have a pathway to revenue would be the AI agent as a creative entity. And so how fascinating is that? We're literally building an artist, and then anything that artist goes on to create, you want to talk about passive influence. I don't know who that is. But you want to talk about passive income. You're sleeping at night and you've got AI that's creating art and music for you that's going to be used in either a tiny little YouTube video for $3 or a huge production that could be multi-millions of dollars. So, that is incredibly promising to a lot of people that are very well versed in balancing books and accounting and things like that. So there's a direct pathway. There's a reason why it can't exist without blockchain. None of this would be possible. There's a lot of things that have made that claim, like, finally we could put Uber on the blockchain is the old meme. Like, there's a ton of pitches and narratives, but this actually needs a blockchain, and it actually needs tokenomics to properly exist and to create not only a composition that is incredible, but an artist capable of creating these compositions. Because again, that's essentially what we're going to build. So if you could go back and you could build, I don't know, the Beatles, and they would be capable of working 24/7, fulfilling any musical request, and they would distribute royalties based on the investment that you put into them and asking nothing back in return. Any one of us would, of course, do that. So what is really great about this, it's an AI agent. AI agents are huge, and they're becoming huge for a reason. And this is the sort of use case, and this is the first implementation I've seen of this. I'm sure it's not going to be the last, but we will be first to market, and we will be able to create a creator, which is profound and is incredibly profitable. There's really good revenue streams, and it gets rid of a lot of the problems with traditional royalty distributions. One of the things that also happens to artists these days, and you guys know that, I don't know who's familiar with Mahalia, I think is her name. She's a musician. She's one of the top artists, and she's living paycheck to paycheck. And the reason is she signed up with a label when she was 13, and basically signed her rights away. And they're so onerous and they're so usurious, these terms, that they still have CD fees. So if anybody remembers compact discs, even though all the distribution is done online and everything is done, on iCloud or Music or Skype, or not Skype, Spotify, even though that's where it's all done, the label still charges a 15% fee just for CD production, because that's been grandfathered in, even though they don't actually fulfill on that end of the bargain. So what if an artist could create music, and they could essentially create another one of themselves to collaborate with, and then they would have complete ownership of any of the material created. They wouldn't need to get into legal disputes. Anybody that's a Taylor Swift fan knows that the hedge fund that owned Taylor Swift's music, they kept it for themselves, and she had to record the same music over on a second album to try and get past the control that they would not give back to her over her creative content. So imagine if she had a blockchain that when she made that music, it said, okay, we're going to distribute this via smart contracts. You don't need to trust anybody. Everything's programmed. And the royalties that come back as a result of streaming and of engagement is going to be in real time dispersed to you. That would be, she would have, people are saying she's going to be a billionaire. She would have been the first trillionaire. It would have been revolutionary. So now we have that. And I want to know that Johnny Suede, our entity, is first to market with this, because the excitement that I'm getting from people that are really, I care, people that are really well versed in this stuff, the excitement that we're getting around this is really the opportunity to create not only just a revenue stream, but be on the front line of something that will be essentially revolutionary. And we've seen it. It's no mistake that, then get out. I don't know why you're here. It's no mistake that our token, is accreted value on a way that I've seen on no other chain before. So, that is incredibly endearing, and it states for a reason that there is interest in this beyond just the AI agents, but also there is the musical component and the creator of a creator. I think that's really what's exciting a lot of people, the ability to create your own creative and then essentially leverage your ability. um, I can't keep up with the comments, so you guys are more than welcome to discuss it. If you have questions, I would answer them. But so, to create a creative, you're essentially making a workhorse that can fulfill orders for you all hours of the day. And that may not sound profound, that may not sound like it's all that revolutionary, but really you have ownership now. You have the ability to give intellectual property to AI algorithms, so that any music that comes from that AI algorithm is owned by the token holders. I mean, that is incredible. Imagine if you could own everything that ChatGPT created in as musical content. Well, that's essentially, and that's why AI agents are becoming as huge as they are. Oh, Archibald, Naomi, never trust someone with two first names is what my grandpappy told me. So let me go ahead and give you a bootaroo. I don't like your name either, so I'm definitely going to get you out of here. All right, bye-bye. Um, so, that is phenomenal, because we've got the ability to actually monetize AI and monetize AI's work ethic. Obviously, it can work all hours of every single day and just be a productive machine. And that's where a lot of people are inserting themselves to really have access to monetizing this stuff, is becoming an intermediary, in a sense, of the dispersion of any of the creation that comes from that AI. So it's really groundbreaking, and people that are, uh, really, I don't want to put anyone out there, and I also don't want to feel like I'm piggybacking off of someone else's work or name. So we don't need to do that. But people that I look up to and trust their opinion on are very excited about this. But I don't know of any project that's launched that has the excitement and the fervor that we have, and we have it for a reason. And so, I've not hidden a single thing since day one. That continues to be the case. That will always be the case, because to me, there's no dollar figure that you can put. I am fortunate enough, and I've been, lucky enough to be in enough situations that have worked out for me, that I've retired, and I'm very contented. Everything is taken care of for my child, and Florida prepaid college, everything's done. So I don't need to cash checks. That's not my goal. My goal is to build something that is on the front end, is going to attract investors, and really become something that is a Coca-Cola, something that is just was in the right place at the right time to leave beyond a legacy. And everybody that's involved at this current point comes with me straight to the top of the mountain. And so that's really what I'm super excited about. And that's what we're doing here. And we see it. We see it on X. We see it on people we talk to. We see it in the community itself. This community was created entirely organically within the last 3 days, and I feel like a lot of guys in there are legitimate brothers of mine, because we have an aligned vision, and for so long we've wanted to have something be manifested, but it seems like we haven't really had the vehicle. And so, I've had businesses and I've done really well with things, but this is something I'm passionate about, as a musician, as someone that's loved blockchain for 10 years, as somebody that just is very enthusiastic about the things that he likes. So that's kind of where I'm coming from. My reputation is what I put at stake, and it's besides family and friends, It's the most valuable thing I have. And I say that with the utmost severity, and say that as sober as I possibly can. My reputation is more important to me than anything because I've worked really hard to get it. So, I put that on the line for this because I know what we're going to do. And a lot of people see it. And, I love you guys for that because if I could fast forward and know where, show everyone where they're going to be, 2 months, 3 months, 2 years, 20 years from now, I would be magical, but I'd be very proud to be able to do that. And you guys see where this is going to lead. But everybody knows, that excitement and that enthusiasm is there. And that's why our core group is going to remain our core group, because we've been aligned on the vision since day one, and people are starting to see it now, but we've seen it in the beginning. So you're going to see all over the place AI agents. You're going to see tickers for all sorts of different AI, like Luna, which is I think $1 billion agent currently. It's just a live streamer. It just live streams and people can talk to it. It's like talking to any other AI. This is $1 billion this token is worth. That is not the token for the infrastructure, not the token for the platform. It's the token for the AI agent itself. And all the AI agent does is stream ChatGPT to people that want to talk with it. That to me is not a pathway to revenue. A pathway to revenue is intellectual property, securing the property rights, its distributions of royalties. These are ways to secure revenue in a way that we can all be proud of and be excited about. Because it's going to evolve not only just our project, but the space as a whole, not only crypto, but AI agents, in particular in AI. This is going to be a household term, AI agents, very soon. And it's really going to reshape everything. And to be on the front end of that is just so exciting. And, we're obviously going to mint an uber amount. I don't want to make it appear like I'm making promises or selling false hopes, because we're all here because we know. I don't need to pitch anybody. Everybody's here because they know. But let me talk about the thing that I wanted to implement, and that some guys had mentioned would be a good idea. One that I trust very well, and I think it was great advice. I didn't do a pre-mine. I went on the open market and bought the tokens after. I want this thing to be distributed amongst as many people as possible. So I have a large portion because I bought them early, not because I pre-mined or did stealth launch, anything like that. Just because I bought them because, I know the potential. But I want to spread that distribution out. So we're thinking of a way of implementing a burn mechanism. So obviously that's going to be not a burn mechanism, because that implies that the overall tokenomics are going to be structured as a whole. It's just going to be my developer address that's going to daily send an agreed upon amount. Right now, we're not sure what the figure is going to be, but it's going to be enough to be impactful. And I'm going to burn that amount every single day. This way we can get the distribution out. I can make everybody that's holding more value. I can accrete that value essentially out to token holders and ensure that beyond just the hype and speculation and excitement, that everybody makes money with not only the future revenue and all that, not only the speculation of the token price going up, but also of the issuance being deflationary. So that's going to be huge. Most projects that aren't launched on like a pump fund platform have 10% of the token circulating, or 20% typically, and then they're automatically every day giving themselves a certain allocation. We're going to do the opposite. Okay, we're going to flip that on its head. Instead of giving me or giving someone else a distribution every single day, we are going to disperse that value amongst all the holders. And so this is going to be absolutely revolutionary. I'm telling you, my friend, this is how we do it. And So I'm really excited. I know the token price is going to go absolutely through the roof. SUEDE is going to change a lot of lives. And I know that because I've changed a lot of lives and businesses that I've started in the past. And it's one of the most gratifying things to know that you believed in somebody before they necessarily believed in themselves, or even other people believed in them, and see them start to realize what they're capable of. And then at that point, the sky's the limit, because once we know what's within us and what we're capable of, then we're convinced that we can do anything that it takes, because getting to that point requires a huge amount of evidence. And that evidence comes to fruition by people believing in us before we're able to believe in ourselves. And that was my story. Um, uh, and so that I'm trying to read these comments. They're not making a lot of sense, but so that was my story. Someone believed in me before I really did, and I had to rise to the occasion. And as the situations required me to continue to give everything that I've got for that opportunity, I started to realize what I was capable of. And then so when I started my businesses, I was able to see that in other people and see the light come on when they started to realize that there's no big difference between me and this, huge CEO that's, on Fortune 500 magazines and things like that. That person believed in themselves earlier than I did. It's a mindset shift. So, what's great, and I think the description of my channel is, I'm going to show people how to do this the same way it was shown to me, and then you guys are going to go on to show other people. And that's really how we change lives forever. So this thing is here to stay. I've put so many things in place so everyone knows that I'm not selling. Anyone that knows me knows that anything I invest in, I don't sell. I hold it forever because I believe in it. If I buy it, I believe in it with every ounce of my being. So this is a legacy asset. This is something that I'm going to hold forever. So I want everybody to have complete peace of mind in knowing that I'm not the 13-year-old kid that was on a launch site a week or two ago. I want us to also know that I'm not the silly governance token that, even though it's worth billions of dollars on its own solely, a lot of it I think is just superfluous and unnecessary. This is something that I saw that we actually needed a cryptocurrency, and it's a fusion of a lot of things that I'm very interested and very enthusiastic about. And we are going to change the world, guys. There's just no other way to explain it. I couldn't be more confident of that. That's why I don't even really look at the token price. I get texts from people and they're like, dude, what's going on? I'm like, people are understanding. That's it. And so I don't need to look at it to know that we've got the best people in the best industry at the front lines of something that is going to be really not only revolutionary, because it's not about, we want to keep it also keep it humane. We want to keep it human. We don't want to give and cede control to the AI before we have to. We want to keep it within the realms of what we stand for. So we're going to be doing all that, and we're all going to be making an incredible amount of money along the way. And I'm just honored and blessed and so grateful that everything that's gone on in my life, I've been just so blessed. My favorite word, and what I wanted to name my daughter for a middle name, was grace, because the definition of grace is unwarranted gifts. And I feel like I've been given so many opportunities and so much abundance and so much just beauty in my life that I can't explain why. And the only way I can make sense of it is that it's my goal to give it to someone else in the future, because in the past it's hard to say what I could possibly have done to earn this. So it's something I try to live up to every day, and this is the way that I do it, and this is how we do it. And I'm just honored. and I'm really honored and I'm inspired by each and every single person. You know, these last 3 days, I've maybe gotten a few hours of sleep because I I just want to be there on the front lines with everybody because it's so exciting and everybody is just so great at what they do and so appreciated by me. So, um, you know, congrats, guys. I know that's a long-winded way of saying we're celebrating, but this is the first 3 days. Imagine what the first 3 months, the first 3 years. Imagine what's coming. Okay, so I'm just proud that everybody had the faith to put the trust in me when before that there was anything paid out or anything like that, before there were clear, you know, incentives, before that was obvious. People had faith, and you know, every single one of you are going to be on this journey with me because I couldn't make it without you. So I'm just so blessed, so grateful. I love you guys, and we'll be, you know, talking soon. And everybody that's, you know, a token holder or, you know, interested in tokenomics, that burn mechanism will go live tomorrow. And so you will see. I want to wrap this up because I know people are probably getting, you know, they're ready to move on. But I put something in the group that alerts everybody that's in our group. If I transfer a token, if I sell a token, it scanned the contract address to see anything that looked like it could have been an early, not only early investor, but a developer wallet. And it's called the developer's worst nightmare. To me, it's, you know, my best dream because it brings accountability and it brings honesty. So in the Telegram group, I put the bot that shows everybody if anything happens in that developer wallet that is at all questionable and looks like it's contrary to our mission here, it's going to alert everybody in the Telegram group immediately. So the burn mechanism, I've just wanted to make sure is rolled out so that everybody sees and is fully aware. It's not like sending tokens or something like that. I'm burning these. So I want them, I don't want there to be like a bounce in transfers. I want it to be right to the incinerator where there is a hash proof that those tokens are no longer there, because I don't expect people to just trust me on blind faith. A lot of people have, and for that, you know, eternally grateful. But, you know, in this space, we trust, but we verify. So that's what that is. And I want everybody to have peace of mind too, that there's not some punk kid that's, you know, going to hold a dog in a cage and say, you know, send this token to 100 million. No, no, no. I am not interested in what happens, you know, to my token holdings right now. I'm interested in everybody that I care about and everybody that is part of this vision, having a piece of something significant into the future. And that's where we are, guys. So love you all. And I'll see you in the Telegram, and we will start burning tokens immediately, starting tomorrow. As soon as I know that the bot is integrated and we don't have to turn it off, so everyone can still know that, you know, the wallet is being monitored, we'll start burning immediately, which, you know, is phenomenal for token holders. So congrats, guys. Everybody that's here has earned it, and it's just the beginning. All right, much love.